Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming today. I appreciate Dr. Matchen's remarks. He has been tremendously supportive of myself and my family for over the last 7 years. I have great love for the University of Florida, and I'm very proud of what Dr. Matchen, Jeremy Foley, how they have helped us, what we've accomplished here at the University of Florida. I'm stepping down as a head football coach at the University of Florida to focus on family and my other interests away from the sidelines. I would be glad to answer your questions for you at this time.
Robbie.
Well, we are following a developing story out of Columbus. ESPN is reporting Urban Meyer is coming back to coaching, this time at Ohio State. Meyer won 2 national championships in 6 years as the coach at Florida. He left the Gators a year ago, citing health concerns and a desire to spend more time with his family. Now, the 47-year-old will be returning to his roots by becoming the head coach of the Buckeyes. Multiple sources are reporting that Ohio State is expected to issue a release regarding the Meyer hiring later today. The university has announced that a press conference will take place at 5:15 this evening to name the new head football coach. Well, Cruz.
I know that we're here today to talk about the next chapter of Florida football. Jeremy and Will be following, and we'll do that. But for just a moment today, I'd like to talk about Will Muschamp. And from my perspective as president, I've literally treasured the last 4 years in working with Will. He was asked to come here and build a program built on character and on good academic values. He was asked to develop young men that would be a credit to the Gator Nation. He has done that. Just looking at the academic performance of our student athletes, the APR is 979 this spring, which is 10 points above the national average for football. Will has had 68 players that are academic All-SEC. He's already graduated 44 players with degrees. The composite GPA this last spring.
Since it's quite a big move back to the SEC, let's bring in our expert on all things SEC. Paul Finebaum joins us now. Paul, what are your thoughts?
I think it's a home run hire, and I think Jeremy Foley needed to make one after Will Muschamp's unfortunate 3 years, and I think he got one. You mentioned what he did for Nick Saban. I mean, he really elevated that program when he went there in 2008. Saban's first year was 500, and here comes Jim McElwain, and Alabama suddenly came alive and played for an SEC championship.
Major news out of Gainesville today as the Florida Gators announced their star quarterback Will Grier has been suspended by the NCAA for the rest of the season. ESPN 106.3's Emerson Lotzie here to explain why. Emerson.
Thank you, Jay. It's absolutely crushing news for Gator fans. A failed drug test for performance-enhancing drugs.
Ever since Urban Meyer's resignation and Tim Tebow being drafted into the NFL by the Denver Broncos, the Florida Gators have been a shell of themselves as a college football dynasty. They went from having great records and 2 national championships under the Tebow-Urban Meyer dynasty to having to see Urban Meyer accept a job at Ohio State University the very next year. Then they had to deal with 3 miserable years under Will Muschamp. Then they had to go to the hiring of Jim McElwain, to the suspension of Will Grier, to the injury of Luke Del Rio, and now this. The Florida Gators hope for 2017 to be a better year and to bring back the prestige to this historic dynasty.